He's the King of Kings, Lord of Lords. Jesus.
Glory be to God.
Gospel.
Vaganza.
Gospel.
Vaganza. We want to give
Glory
thanks
to
to the
God.
Lord Most High for His goodness and His mercies, which endures forever. The Lord is a good God. He has given us yet another opportunity.
That's right.
Opportunity, great opportunity, wonderful opportunity, awesome opportunity, because we want to give thanks to the Lord. It's another family fun and fantastic time before the Lord and His creation. Hallelujah. We want to give thanks to the Lord. You're welcome once again to Gospel Vaganza. Once again, this is
I
our...
want to say thank you for your encouragement. Thank you for staying in with us, and we do have great things for you to this day.
Just in case you're wondering what is this, that's our Vaganza mask.
Yeah, that's your Vaganza mask.
Vaganza mask.
Yeah, and this
All right.
is my
Thank God.
Vaganza
Yeah.
ball.
But I have to take the Vaganza mask off at the moment for obvious reasons, because we have to get down to the nitty gritty of today's broadcasting. Yeah, wonderful. Thank God. So before we continue, we got some music.
Enjoy the music.
Enjoy the music. God bless you.
They would like to play you na-na, like the football na-na. They would like to play you na-na, like the football na-na. If you like to play, you play on the field na-na. If you like to play, you play on the field right now. If you like to play, you play on the field right now. If you like to play, you play on the field right now. You are not Ronaldo, why wanna let me go? You are not Ronaldo, why wanna let me go? You are not Ronaldo, why wanna let me go? You are not Ronaldo, why wanna let me go? You are not Bacalobi, why you wanna play me go? You wanna be too much sex, you and I, why you play me so? You are not Bacalobi, why you wanna play me go? You wanna be too much sex, you and I, why you play me so? You are not Bacalobi, why you wanna play me go? You wanna be too much sex, you and I, why you play me so?
You're welcome once again. We want to thank God for His goodness and His mercies.
I do hope you enjoy the music.
Yeah, we want to thank you for the time which you took, leaving everything to be a part of this program. It is well appreciated indeed. Thank God. You are welcome once again. Now let's quickly look at how many steps my darling wife, how many steps did you take this week?
This week, okay.
Okay,
Let me just remove my
Vaganza.
Vaganza ball.
Vaganza ball.
Okay.
Mhm.
Right.
How many steps did you take?
This week,
Yeah, this week, yeah.
I do have 37,094 steps.
37,000 and how many steps?
94.
94 steps. 37,000. That still looks okay. That's fine. Yeah, wonderful. That's good. And how many? What is the kilometer calculation of that.
All right.
Or the calculation of that in kilometers.
In kilometers, right? That is 25.1 kilometers.
25.1 kilometers.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. That's good.
Not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad, but I haven't said that my bed top, sit top is always the best. It's wonderful. I just want to say it is good and it's working. It really keeps me fit and it's keeping you fit too.
Which one?
Bed top, sit top.
And my working.
And you're working.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget that I work too.
When?
So, yeah, when I walk around the house and I walk around the office.
Yes, you do.
But it's good. I mean, it's actually to be quite serious. It is indeed great to exercise to do the bed top sit-up that I do because it's quite good. It's really helped the blood circulation. It helps to firm up your is it firming up your muscles or loosening your muscles? Toning your muscles, and best of sit up is definitely when you're in the bed in the morning or at night before you sleep or before you wake up
Before you wake up.
before you get out of bed.
Right, when you wake up.
When you wake up and get out of bed, it's important that you
First thing in the
you observe
morning and last thing to do
the
before you
exercise.
sleep.
Yeah, is the bed top sit up, which is to definitely self-explanatory. Bed top sit up is with your face to the ceiling. When your hand to your side, you just lift yourself up and go as far forward as you can, and do that a number of times. We do 20 sit-ups. Yeah. So, and when you finish, you can finish it by twisting your elbow, like that and like that. As many times as you could. Try as much as possible to bend forward to use your elbow to touch your kneecap. If you can't touch your kneecap, you don't need to worry about it. Eventually you'll be able to do so. Glory be to God. It's wonderful. It helps the blood circulation, keeps the doctors away, and obviously there are many other benefits if you can keep that up. So it's just to make sure everybody is fit. That is the whole purpose of going through this explanation.
Bed top, sit up.
And of course,
working, if you enjoy working, it is good for you and it's got loads of benefit too.
And of course, we did mention as well that you can use your mouthwash to have a more deep cleaning. Yeah, because what we do, is that we'll gargle the mouthwash with our tongue, pointed out and
stick out your tongue.
Stiffen your tongue and then gargle, because when you gargle the mouthwash with your tongue sticking out, it really helps to get the mouthwash to the very deep crevice, the socket, the very end of the tongue, which oftentimes is got a few things. I do believe that this is something that we really need to indulge in order to get ourselves free of any form of germs or whatever infection could be awaiting us. Yeah, I could put it that way. God forbid that any infection could be awaiting. But we don't want to preempt the pandemic or preempt the COVID-19. But obviously this is very important. At least it's better to be safe than sorry. Good. Wonderful, thank God. So let's listen to some music.
All right, then. Enjoy the music.
Enjoy the music. God bless,
God bless you.
Thank God.
Put on makeup, dada. Put on makeup, dada. Put on makeup, dada. Money, put on makeup, well. Put Mary Kay, put L'Oreal, put Clinique, put Giorgio, Gucci L'Oreal, Macari Mebella. Put all the fine makeup. Come on, don't make mistakes. Makeup, no red alert. 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 Pull yourself together, do not let anyone look down on you. Your problem is only temporary. Pull yourself together, do not let anyone look down on you. Your problem is only temporary. Don't let them take away your confidence. Don't let them take away your confidence. Come on, don't make mistakes. Makeup, no red alert. Don't let them take away your confidence. 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 Put Mary Kay, put L'Oreal, put Clinique, put Giorgio, Gucci L'Oreal, Macari Mebella. Put all the fine makeup. Don't let them take away your confidence. Don't let them take away your confidence.
Okay, you are welcome once again. This is Gospel Vaganza, and we want to move on quickly to the next item, which is one chapter of Proverbs per day makes you
A wise
a
person.
wise person. That is someone who's full of wisdom. If you want to be wise, you want to be full of wisdom, please read the book of Proverbs, one chapter a day. Now, the book of Proverbs has how many chapters?
31.
31 chapters, which makes a month. And now, which means that a chapter a day means that in a month you will finish the book of Proverbs if you read a chapter a day. And it doesn't mean that when you finish, that's it. You have to keep reading a chapter of Proverbs a day for wisdom of God to really take over you. I'm gonna put it that way, isn't it? But let's look at what the Word of God says in the book of Proverbs chapter 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
The book of wisdom.
The book of wisdom.
Yes. So we'll open to Proverbs chapter 4, and we'll just look at verse 7. And it says, wisdom is a principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom, and with all you're getting, get understanding.
Thank God. Wisdom
is a principal thing.
A principal thing.
Yeah, it's the principal thing.
Wisdom is the principal thing.
And I know
Principal thing. Okay, that is, wisdom is very, very important. Wisdom is a very, very important thing. Get wisdom. Wisdom is very, very important.
It's key.
Get wisdom. And in all that you're getting, get understanding. That is to say, wisdom, we cannot do anything successfully unless we have wisdom. Yes.
Wisdom.
Because
the beginning of wisdom is the fear of God.
the fear of God is the beginning of wisdom. Okay, now, wisdom is very, very important, and it's key, and it's also important. But so that we're told to think about getting wisdom. You understand how to do this, how to do that, what to do, what not to do, how to avoid these pitfalls. You understand? You get to fail sometimes, and wisdom will teach you that this is not how to go about it. So you tend to have all sorts of ups and downs. You understand? But in your ups and downs, wisdom plays a very, very important role. And we're talking about the wisdom of God, you know, which we spoke earlier on, that to be wise, read a chapter a day. So you will be, I mean, the word of God will be your pilot to getting success in terms of getting things done successfully, in terms of your relationship with people, even in homes, in your relationship, in your marriage. You understand? In the house. How do you make a house a home? Is it not wisdom? It's wisdom, because you can have a house and you can have a home. You have a home because your house is a home because of wisdom.
And understanding.
You know, now where does the word, where does understanding come into play? When the Bible says, that wisdom is the principal thing. That wisdom is is very, very important. That's what it says. When it's principal, it's important. You understand?
Yeah.
But it said, in all that you're getting, get understanding. It means that the understanding is an insight into what you are, what you're majoring on. What is your major? What do you major on? What is that particular in that particular thing that you are doing at the present? Or what is your focus? Do you have an insight? Do you have an insight into it? Because when you have an insight into it, wisdom will teach you how to apply using your insight. So wisdom will teach you. So we're talking about something that is like
you have wisdom, for instance.
Something like discernment.
Yeah.
You have the discernment. You know, you are discerned concerning that particular subject matter. Let's take marriage, for instance. Marriage, for instance. The marriage institution. Okay, let's put it. Marriage institution. Marriage institution takes a lot of wisdom, you know, to go through it and keep it totally under control and have a happy marriage. Now, where does the word understanding come from? In your marriage. You have to get relationship. In a relationship.
You got to get understanding.
Yeah.
In the way you both in your rapport, in building the home.
Yeah. You have to get
understanding.
Get to understand each other.
To know each other.
Yeah, the understanding is to know that what your partner likes. Yeah, what's your what
partner dislikes.
Yeah, what's your likes and your dislikes.
Yeah.
That sort of insight will make you and I to continue
relationship.
Yeah, to continue to
live in harmony.
Yeah, live in harmony. So this is where the word
understanding.
Wisdom is important, it's key. But if you don't have the understanding, wisdom cannot really help you, because you don't get the understanding. You have to understand you.
You have to understand.
Have to have an insight, which is understanding you, and you have to have the insight concerning my do's and don'ts my dislikes and my likes.
That's right.
You understand?
That's it. Yeah.
So you really need to watch me.
Find.
You have to have that time to say
Understand.
what
Understand.
okay,
Understand.
like-
Insight about each other.
yeah, like I did something now. You hate what I did. I'm not going to go back to doing what you hate.
But let's not talk about hating now.
Yeah,
For
we can
instance,
still talk about
food.
it.
Oh, you don't like eating this particular food.
Then obviously you're not going to cook it.
I
for
could
me.
cook. Yeah, well,
Well,
yeah. I won't cook it for you, but I could cook it for me. So understanding you means okay. He doesn't like this food. Somehow I like that type of
Well,
food.
I wouldn't like you to eat what I don't. You wouldn't eat what I don't like.
No. You still talking.
You will still need this. Still the same thing.
Understanding
You
means
must like. You must. If I don't like a food, you can't eat it.
if I like a food and you don't like it.
You won't eat it.
Oh no, that's how.
You see, we are having an issue here where we need to resolve an issue. If I don't like what you eat, you can't eat it.
If what?
If I don't like if I don't like a type of meal that you like, then you have to conform.
Oh, you got
to
to
what I
confirm
like.
too because I'm the one
I
cooking
will
in the
conform.
kitchen.
I will.
Remember?
That's a problem now because you need to not cook,
I will not cook it for you.
but you can.
Cook it for me.
But
We eat
that's not fair.
together. But yeah, it is not fair that I don't eat what I like to eat. So understanding now brings us to
If you love me,
if you love me, you love what I'm eating.
if you love me,
Then
you
we
will
must-
conform because I'm ready to conform. I'm ready to conform. If you don't like what I like to eat, then I won't eat it anymore.
There must be compromise. There are when
No,
it comes
this
to
is
relationship,
love. This is
compromise.
understanding ourselves.
That is now what they call understanding. In all you're getting, you get
No, because you
understanding.
now have the insight to understand that I don't like this food.
Yes.
Yes, you like to deck the table with it and then indulge.
That's
Whilst I'm
not
looking at you,
indulging.
I'm wondering what is going on here.
No, that's not
If I enjoy it, I wish I'm
Then
enjoying
come
it
and
too.
enjoy it.
No, of course, you see, this is where the problem is. So let us look at where wisdom says you shouldn't.
Wisdom didn't say don't.
No. Wisdom
Understanding
says no.
Wisdom.
Wisdom says if you don't want trouble, excuse me. Wisdom says if you don't want trouble or me to start
You want to start
what,
trouble?
no. It's
Then you
only
are
natural.
troublemaker.
No, it's only natural. It's only natural. See, I believe that many people support my.
Because we
No,
did come from the
do you-
same background. What you like, I may not like. What I like, you may not like. When we now come together,
No, that's different.
as-
You know, sometimes
in
I don't.
food.
In food, if I don't like to eat certain things at certain time, even though we both like it, but at that particular time you said, no, I don't feel like eating it, and I said I feel like eating it. What's gonna happen?
Say it again.
If that food,
That I just prepared.
no, I said I don't like.
I mentioned the food.
At that, okay, let's say for instance, rice.
Rice. Yeah.
We both eat rice, but at a particular time I said I don't feel like eating rice. But you feel like eating rice at that time.
Yeah.
Would you like to at least condition yourself to eating rice even though you don't feel like eating it at that time? Just to please me.
So I feel like eating it, then I'll have to say I don't want to eat it.
Because I don't want to eat it.
I want to eat it at that
would
time.
you still eat it, even though?
If because it will make me to cook one thing and then I need to cook another thing, then I'll rather cook what you want at that time. But if it's something that
But we have a situation where you don't feel like eating something that I really want to eat at that time,
oh yeah, we do.
and then
have
you just say,
that
okay,
situation.
fine, this is what we have,
Okay, yeah.
and then
We eat the same
we
thing.
eat that. You come to that compromise, that same level with me
Yeah,
to say,
yeah,
okay,
we do. Okay, let's have this.
I don't feel like, but because that's what you want, we're gonna
Let's
eat
have it.
That
Yeah,
is
we do.
love.
That's love.
That's
but
love.
it's
That's
not
understanding,
yeah, but
and that is wisdom. Wisdom says, eat what you know. Because I would conform to what you want to eat at that time. I say, is that what you want? Yes, go ahead.
okay.
But you're saying that you won't. That's my problem.
It's not every time.
It once is bad.
Ah.
All right. Yes. What do we do? Would you eat what I would like to eat, even though you don't feel like eating it?
So I've just told you the reason why I'll do that. To avoid cooking two pots.
No, that is not. That's not right. Doesn't sound right. You should, and I should, at any point, please you, and you must please me.
Okay.
And
Correct.
then life goes on
Smoothly.
smoothly. I feel good that she is showing me so much love, even though it's inconveniencing. It's inconvenience for her.
Yeah.
You understand?
Love actually makes you
understand?
to inconvenience
Yourself,
yourself for the
right,
other
is it?
person.
So this is what we're saying. Let's have a home and not a house.
How many?
Home,
Let there be how many?
yes, but
So
I'd like
far-
to use the word home because
Home.
many of our home is actually a house where people just cohabit without any love, without any understanding, without any oneness, without any unity, without any communication.
So that
So
means
that means
is
that it's a
where
house.
they were, you're getting, get understanding.
Yes. So you need to get
Get
understanding. Now, when you understand me and I understand you, you will
You both compromise.
you both compromise, and then we're happy.
You come to each other's
To each other's same level, so that
you inconvenience yourself.
yeah,
for the
that's
sake
all.
of
That's
the
all.
other person.
Yeah,
And that's
all
what
it
love is all
about.
about, actually.
Yeah, it's where you
It's-
don't want to inconvenience yourself. That there is a breakdown
That's
in
right.
communication, and there's a lot of body language,
And it can actually
and you start to
bring down the.
you start to
It
start
can,
become,
it can get ugly. and it's
it
not
becomes a
nice.
monster you can't control. So
That's right.
let's be watchful. I mean, thankfully we ironed this out, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
We did reluctantly, but we
Eventually.
did eventually.
Yes.
She didn't know. Well, it's like a drama that playing out, but somehow let's take it very seriously because these things happen,
It
and we
does
take them
happen.
for granted, and oftentimes it is not even resolved. And this is the worst part of differences, is that the differences are not shared, they are not communicated to each other. It's only it's kept
Inside.
yeah, it's kept inside until, like a keg of gunpowder,
A bottle.
you start
Bottle.
bottling it, and
it
then
can bust.
one day the whole thing just
It can just bust.
explode, and then
Explode,
there
and
is
that's
so
Could
much
be,
trouble,
very
problems,
ugly.
and differences, and even it can go totally haywire. Procrastinated. What's it? Yeah, procrastinated. Anyway, we want to give thanks to the Lord. Once again, let us listen to some music.
Enjoy the music.
Enjoy the music, and then we'll come back and look at other aspects. Please don't go away.
Satan said he want to be my God. Ojabo Yakata. Satan said he want to be my God. Ojabo Yakata. Trap! It's a trap! Don't let him trap you now. It's a trap! Trap! It's a trap! Don't let him trap you now. It's a trap!
Hello, you're welcome.
Welcome back. I hope you enjoy the music.
We really do hope you enjoy the music. Thank God. Please do avail yourself this music, and
Yeah, you
please,
can have them. You can
digital,
download them.
all the digital music
platforms.
platforms.
You can download
You can
them
download
then,
Thank God.
and be just support
That's support the work.
the work.
Thank God.
God bless you.
Yeah. So we want to look at what's the motivation
Motivation.
for today?
Okay. Your limitations are pathway to your dreams.
Your limitation.
Your limitations.
Your limitations are pathway to your dreams. Wow, that's interesting. Whatever is limiting you is actually a kind of a gateway. I put it gateway to your
dream.
to your dream, to your success, to realizing your ultimate goal. And yet there's something blocking you. You can't get there. You're so much afraid.
So we could say something. I could just say something like, don't limit your dreams, but you can limit your. Don't limit your dreams.
Okay, you can limit your dreams by saying that I can't get there.
Yeah, that is limiting your dreams
So
because
I can't get there.
this
So
limitations, this thing is really getting in my way, and then you now want to change or limit your dreams.
Okay, let's look at an hypothetical situation where you want to go to another city. Say, for instance, you want to go to Manchester, and then I know I can drive to Manchester, and within a few hours I'll get there. But then I said, no, you can't drive, because there is no microwave. There's no microwave, power to get into your dream. There is no such thing. You can't take the jet. You can't take any rocket to realizing your dream. So you have to take every nooks and cranny and turns and all the bridges that you have to cross. And they say you have to walk to Manchester instead. I said, me walk to Manchester? But that is where your dream, that's the goal. Then you said, okay, fine, I can't go if I can't, if I can't drive, I can't go. That's the limitation. Now give up on your dream. You can't get to Manchester. Except now I said I'm just go around the corner.
Manchester anymore.
I just go around the corner, and around the corner is not your ultimate dream.
No,
the goal is not there. You just compromise to say, okay, fine. If I can't get there, that's it. So this is sort of thing. Life is like that because life is a journey, and the journey means the life's journey. There is no type of motor, or there's no kind of rocket, and there's no kind of automation that you take you quickly to realizing your goal or your dream. So now to get to your life's goal, you have to work at it. You have to keep working at it, and there's a lot of times that bumps on the road, a lot of failure, a lot of times that you fail, a lot of times that you find yourself right at in the middle of a miry clay, that you are actually sinking and say, I am sinking, but why, that's that is when problems and troubles start. You have a lot of challenges. You have a lot of challenges, on the way, on the road to your ultimate goal. You understand? If you want to do something else, you'll probably be able to achieve it, but it'll be small, and you will not have your you will not be happy, with a half-baked, achievement, because you really want to get to where you want to get to. It's not all about money. Let's get it right. And it's not all about physical things that you want to gain. Like, it's not about property or cars or anything. The ultimate goal is usually what makes you happy. It's not about amassing wealth. You want to have a happy family. You understand, and you want to, and it's the road to getting a happy family could be very rough. You understand? Rugged. You need to understand your partner. You need to understand her. You need to understand him, and it's tough. Isn't it tough for us?
It is.
Yeah, it was tough to get to where we are today. It's a bed of roses.
There are thorns all around.
Yeah. It was time.
Go through it.
Yeah, there are times we don't even have anything at all. We're just wondering, where's the money? Sometimes it's not just money, but sometimes it's differences. Yeah, differences, and then you start to wonder. Sometimes the relationship is so rocky. Sometimes that you get in the car, you drive to an isolated place, you sit in the car for a very, very long, and I had to sit in the car for a very, very long time, thinking about what is going on with me and my wife. Can't we at least for once not have an issue?
When he does when things do happen like that, my knees are very, very close to the ground. You know what? I tell it to God.
Yeah.
Prayer. That's what they call it.
I know she prays. I pray too. But sometimes...
Not as much as I do.
But I pray.
You said you drive your car.
Yeah.
And you sit there.
Sometimes
I don't drive and go to...
But let's be real here. Let's be real here. There are many people who say, how did I end up with this kind of woman?
Yeah, that is for men.
There are many,
men may not
because
really
you come in and then another. You just say one thing and my wife flares up. You understand?
Don't say
and
your wife flares up.
Okay, I flare up because you haven't said what I expect you to say.
And then
I expect you to say maybe sorry. Sometimes the story is like one of the most expensive thing that you ever wanted to say. Yet it is the only thing I expect you to say. And yet I don't get that.
Maybe I'm waiting for that sorry too.
Okay, you see, you're waiting for sorry, I'm waiting for sorry. We're both waiting for sorry. And it's like, how can we get to that place where you're happy and I'm happy and we're both happy and happily married, and it looks like this, it's everything so tough, and those are the things that we have to overcome over and over and over again to get to where we are today, where we are quick to understand that we have to say sorry, quick to own up, quick to, you understand. But please, it's important. This is the goal we're talking about. The goal to get to that happy married situation where there is almost harmony and almost problem free relationship, and then you have a home, true home. This is one, a loving home, then you can be in harmony. This is the goal that some people, they can see the goal afar off, but because where they are, to get to that place where there's harmony and unity and understanding, you understand, they feel that they can't get it. So many will jump out of the marriage relationship. I mean, to jump out of marriage and seek divorce.
Talk about marriage.
You understand? Whereas it's a journey.
It's a journey.
It's a journey. You have to learn. You have to learn the bridges. You have to do
roundabout. There are bridges that you
have to cross the bridge.
There
are
are thorns. On the road.
Yeah, on the road you get a bit of thorn.
A bed of roses.
Yeah, it's
a bed of roses.
This is very
thorns.
This
is okay. This is thorns, and you don't want that to prick you again.
Yeah.
Above all, actually, as for being a woman, I know that prayer works. Prayer works. And what he does too, going out and sit in the car. Were you meditating in the car? What were you thinking about?
I'm worried.
Worried in the car.
Worried. How
I
did I end up with this woman
in the house?
And how did I end up with this woman?
You keep saying you have to let them know that back then. Not now.
Of course not now. We are talking about experience and the journey and how terrible the journey had been.
And if you think about that, maybe that's what.
So how bad have you thought yourself? Okay, I've said mine. From a woman's point of view, have you thought, how did I end up with this terrible man?
Well, I never did think so, but I just say, God, these are the things that this man does. All of this, I lay things down before the Lord. I mention things that he does.
No regretful thought or soliloquy.
No. How did I end up with this man? I just say, God, this man does thus and thus and thus and thus. Like, remember the time you were smoking? I never liked that.
That was then. You can't go to that. That was even before I even gave my life to Christ.
I know. I'm saying, I pray that.
You pray that. I know you have to insist and I say amen to my to stop smoking.
Yes, I do that, but I don't say, how do God, why did
Yeah,
you bring me to
of
this?
course. I must say that I've gone to that stage where I would have called it quit. Yeah, we had issues.
Plenty,
we had
loads.
issues,
Loads.
you know, because you can be uncompromising in those days.
And you too?
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Oh yeah, because that's the way you're saying.
You can be uncompromising, and it's
No, are you saying you are the saint?
I wouldn't
That's
say
what
because
you're saying, that I am the sinner, you are the saint, but it's not like that.
well,
You
I know I
You-
did some serious
terrible
things,
things.
but of course, yeah, you don't hear those things because I'm a musician, then secular, so and she has to put up with me, but when it gets to her head, and then I still go back to my old this. I expect, compromise. I expect her to really understand. So let's move on to the next thing.
But things are
Because-
much better now.
Oh,
And beautiful.
of course, thank God for
And we thank God for
Jesus.
For the Lord, for Jesus, yeah.
We want to give thanks to the Lord for His goodness.
And your relationship can be beautiful,
It
even
can be
better,
beautiful.
even better.
So that's what we're saying, that
The road to this,
the road.
it hasn't been a bed of roses. It hasn't been a smooth sail. There's been
So let's take away the limitation, so to say, because to get to your desired, goal of a happy married life,
or
of a
whatever
beautiful home,
dream you have.
it takes a lot of work and
Efforts,
struggles and
yeah.
effort.
Yeah. Challenges.
A lot
And
of
you have
challenges,
to-
and
you have to
eventually
overcome it all
you have a beautiful and a wonderful home.
if you don't give up.
If you don't give up. The same thing goes for if there's any you want to
Whatever you want to be
you
in
want
life.
you're a creator, you're an editor, you're a writer, whatever you do, whatever your dispensation,
Whatever you want to be.
Yeah, whatever you want to be, you need to stay in there, because sometimes
Don't give up.
you get a whole lot of blockades, and you can shout yourself hoarse sometimes, why, in the course of trying to get to your goal, to your desired dream.
Destination, your dream.
Don't give up,
Don't
because
give up.
when it looks tough, when it looks hard, when it looks impossible, you are on the right path.
You're nearly there.
You're nearly there. That's why you have to work too hard, because whatever the situation is, the enemy doesn't want us to achieve success. The same thing for the marriage. The enemy, Satan, is always fighting tooth and nail, because he knows there is a beauty, there's a wonderful home being built, and something wonderful could come out of that. But it's always fighting. So let us give thanks to God who is helping us all. I think we can play some music at this point to lessen the pressure a bit. Enjoy the music. And
Enjoy.
we have copyright to it.
Yes, we
God
do
bless
have
you.
copyright to it.
This is love, love. God is love, 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 love bigger than love. Love is love, God is love. This is love, love. God is love, 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 love bigger than love. Love is love.
You're welcome once again.
You're welcome
Thank
back.
God. I hope you've really been enjoying this this program, and it's a great discussion to be able to look at certain situations and be frank about it. We're frank about
some
certain many
gems that
situations
they-
because
that you're
we want you not
taking in.
only to be fit concerning your health, having a wonderful healthy lifestyle, but we also want you to provoke your thinking, your thought into understanding, is life like this? Will life turn this way? And look at life from other perspective, at
That's
least
right.
from our perspective, and then be able to know that if these ones that have so much situations and negativity, in their life could be so much in love and in harmony, how much more you haven't even had well, I know we can speak for ourselves. I'm not trying to speak for you. I know that everybody's got a gigantuan issue before them. You understand? And I'm not saying you don't have. And I pray and God forbid that you have any big issue, that you cannot overcome. You can overcome whatsoever, however high or however hard, or however big or gargantuan your issues or is, you will overcome it, because we overcome ours, we overcame ours, and we believe that with God all things are possible. You overcome yours too.
Don't give up.
If you've come to that age where you're saying, oh, how did I end up with this man or with this woman? If you don't give up, you have so many things to smile about in future.
That's
So
right.
you're going through it now, but please don't give up on your marriage. Don't give up on your family.
Give up on your
Don't
family.
give
Don't
up
give
on
up on
anybody,
yourself.
and don't give up on yourself.
Don't give up on your career.
You will be happy you didn't.
Mm-hmm.
God bless you. So what's the what's our Bible start today?
Bible character.
Yeah.
We are looking at the man Obed-Edom.
Obed-Edom.
Mm-hmm.
Obed-Edom. Okay, can you?
Let's read about him.
I read about him.
We are just looking at the man from the book of 2 Samuel, chapter 6, and we'll just read 2 verses. 2 Samuel 6, verses 10 and 10 and 11. Yes. So David will not remove the ark of the Lord unto him into the city of David. But David carried it aside into the house of Obed-Edom the Gittite. And the ark of the Lord continued in the house of Obed-Edom the Gittite 3 months. And the Lord blessed Obed-Edom and all his household.
Wonderful.
Yes.
So that is one of the best and unexpected blessing, or grace that visited the house of someone who was only mentioned a few, just a few times or
verses,
one in a few verses within the Holy Bible. His name is Obed-Edom. It's just a circumstantial. It's a circumstantial. If I put it this way, circumstantial person, because he didn't even have a clue what was going on. He didn't have a clue what led to the ark of God being brought to his house. They just said. They just said somebody died because of the ark of God, and so therefore we are bringing it to your house. And it could be, the king, David, the king said, we must bring it to your house. And he would have been so scared.
Oh, yeah, because...
He would have been so scared that you want to bring the ark of God to my house?
Somebody just
Uzziah
died.
just died because of it. just by touching it. Why are you bringing it to my house?
Uzziah.
Uzziah. Just, why are you bringing the ark of God to my house? King, long live the king. But I don't want to die. You want to kill us. You understand?
And the children and everything.
And the children. But I must let you know that this man, Obededon, is one fearless guy, fearless guy. And that's not just it. He is a godly man.
Right.
Because we can talk about his character. Because that's what we're looking at, people who inspires us. You understand? Obededon is an inspiration in the sense that the ark of God is such a powerhouse.
That's right.
You understand? It's a power structure. You understand that the Lord, by his divine inspiration, put together. You understand? And he breathed the breath of life inside the ark. And then when he breathed it, they sealed it. Everything inside the ark means fresh, because God breathed into it. You understand? It's fresh. And it's so powerful. Remember, the ark of God was just on its way from Philistine.
Yeah, after
where the ark of God dealt with all their gods. You understand? All their small G gods was cut in half just because of that ark of God. And now to bring it to the house of Obededon and Obededon to take it. I know he has to respect the king because it's the king's order that they take it to his house, whether he likes it or not. But for the Lord to bless Obededon because of the ark of God that is in his house
for 3 months, for 90 days.
For 90 days. And it became so popular, everybody knew that the Lord has blessed Obededon. To the extent that the king heard in his palace that there is a new kid on the block.
Obededon is on the block.
That is the new kid on the block, and his popularity is getting stronger and stronger. And who is it? Obededon. And because of the ark of God, we just read that Obededon was blessed, blessed. His house, everything he has,
household.
even his household was blessed. Now let us look at what kind of person Obededon is, because we want to bathe ourselves and emulate the character of someone who was not afraid to have the ark of God brought into his house. Wow. He must be a very prayerful person. Yeah, because God must have seen that this person prays. And because
it's got
a clean heart, which means it's righteous.
It's got a clean heart.
And for him to be righteous, God must.
In fact, if he hasn't
his
got
blessings,
a clean
his
heart,
blessings come.
The ark of God will not be able to remain in that house.
Yeah, he would have died. He would have died if he wasn't righteous. But that tells us that Obededon is a prayerful person. One, for the ark of God to remain in his house and to be blessed, to be a blessing to him, godly. Is a fearless person to really embrace the ark of God, despite the power that it's able that God is able to wrought through it. You understand? And then the household. Look at his house. His house must be in order for the ark of God, for him to thrive with the presence of ark of God. Even everyone in his household must have been in awe. Must have been in awe of God. There is not one man, not one man or not one woman who will say, "What is this thing doing here?" No.
Nobody.
Of course. We know that there's only one woman.
Where?
There's only one woman, Saul's daughter,
Oh yeah.
who despised
Michael.
Michal.
Or what's his name?
Michal.
Okay. Who despised the
Who
king?
despised the king dancing before God.
For the God, I remember.
Now you can see that if there was one person in the house of Obed-Edom who despised the presence or feared the presence of the ark of God, that person would have been reported as dead. But not one. And the household of Obed-Edom, which makes Obed-Edom a very, very strong leader, a very good leader, a father figure, a very good father who looks after his house. You understand? And his house is in good order. You understand?
That's right.
So that is to say, is a good leader, is a great leader who's able to put his house in order. You understand? So that is when we look at all of these things, we know that this man is the right person.
He wasn't a worried man. He wasn't worrying because he could be worried.
And also, he is a humble man. Why? As
Yes,
far as when the ark got into his house, we did not hear that he went to tell the king, to tell the king off that you understand. Do you know the ark of God being in your house is an authority.
Yeah.
You have the authority. You can wield authority. Because the ark of God is in your house, you know you can do so many things. It can actually start to command the king from his house.
No, it can lombard.
He can say some things, and the king can go to the king and tell the king off. Because why? He believes that the ark of God is in his house. Authority.
It can be power drunk.
Yeah, it can be power drunk. That the ark is in my house.
He wasn't power drunk.
He wasn't power drunk.
He's
He's
an
a
humble
humble
person. He's God fearing. He's
a good leader,
a good father that puts his house
in order.
Yeah. And
He's God, I mean, he's righteous.
And he's not proud.
Yeah, that's where humility comes in. So I want to thank God for everything today.
Let's look at the life of
this man of Obed-Edom, and let's try and emulate him. Yeah, and we know we have what signifies the what stand as the nowadays the modern life that we're in, what stands as our Ark of Covenant now? Is it not the Holy Bible? The Holy Bible is now the Ark of Covenant. We need to obey every instruction of the word in it, of the word of God in it, the promises of God in it.
When the ark of God was in the ark of God in the life of in the house of Obed-Edom, his life never remained the same again. And so when the word of God, the presence of God is in your life, your life will never remain the same again.
Thank God.
God bless you.
God bless you.
We
Hope
love
you enjoy.
And we want you to please love our page on our Facebook and on the YouTube.
On YouTube.
Please
Yeah.
subscribe to our channel. We love you and we truly appreciate you. And
We'll see you next time.
next time.
God bless you.
Remain blessed.
Thank God. Bye for now.
Give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up.
He's the King of Kings, Lord of Lords. Jesus, Jesus, He's the King of Kings, Lord of Lords. Jesus, Jesus,
In Jesus,